I'll just tell a little bit about how Uncommon Objects came into being. We currently are a collective of 20 different antique vendors and purveyors that buy antiques and collectibles and oddities all over the country and all over the world for our shop. So we're similar to an antique mall. We're set up in the same way that we have lots of people participating and lots of energy out in the world finding things, bringing it in. And we're different from an antique mall in that we it's a very select group of people who are brought in to do what they do best, and that is they have an eye for the odd, and it's not your grandmother's antique mall. But we started in 1991 in this neighborhood, and the neighborhood was very run down. It was very lots of empty shops. There were no restaurants in the neighborhood. There was one little restaurant in the neighborhood, and now our neighborhood has grown to be a really dynamic, very diverse population of all homegrown businesses that are mostly mom and pop operations that have moved into the neighborhood and created this very organic, dynamic business district. Raw materials for creative living, and artists refer to what the resources that they use to create whatever they create as their raw materials, and we feel like what we provide is raw materials for someone to live creatively in a house or in whatever kind of situation they're going to be living in, making choices to reuse, repurpose things, find new uses for old things, and using us as a resource instead of automatically going to IKEA or Target. So I guess IKEA and Target are kind of our competition, and we're not for everybody, but for those who have a sort of a creative urge and an urge to make good things happen using what's already here instead of going to a manufacturer of new things, we're the go-to people. Graduate school at the University of Texas and got an MFA, Master of Fine Arts from that school, and from there went into a corporate job where I did decor for a major restaurant chain, and ended up working in that warehouse and traveling a good bit across the country to install those things, and that was kind of my education and my entry into this kind of business. And my artwork was all using found materials and found objects. So the two things sort of coalesced and came together, and when a friend came to my studio and said, you've got all this stuff, you should try selling it. And it was all stuff I'd picked up for free. So I did a flea market for the first time with this friend, and I didn't stop from that point on. It was a pivotal moment where it was really nice to encounter people who had the same kind of passion for the stuff that I liked, that I had, and you don't necessarily get that when you see someone on the street or you see somebody in line at the grocery store. And what I've learned over and over again here at the shop is that there are really deeply passionate people about this kind of stuff, and they look all different ways, and you can't judge a book by its cover. Somebody walking through the front door, you never know whether they're going to be one of those people that totally turns on or not. But my art making still continue to do that, and it's all with found materials and found objects, and of course this is an ultimate resource for me. And we also serve as an incredible resource for designers, interior designers, product designers, set and movie folks, and artists of all kinds who come to us both for inspiration and to get the raw materials to create what they create.